Christina, we're live at Big Data London. How has the event been for you so far?
It's been wonderful. This is actually my first time at Big Data London. I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was going to be a big event, but it's been huge. I've had all of my Data Avenger friends here as well. We have been attending talks. We have been talking with the exhibitors, talking with attendees. It's been a fantastic time.
And obviously it's been like one of the first times you've been able to meet a lot of them in person. How was that?
Yeah, so a lot of my data buddies, the Data Avengers, I knew quite a lot of them in person, but a few of them, I think it was about 3 of them that I had never met in person until here. And we have been very close for 3-4 years now. So it's been fantastic, and it's also this unique opportunity that it's brought 10 of us together in the same spot. So it has been so much fun. Stay tuned for all of the content and special things that we're putting together that are going to come out of Big Data London.
And you got a gift as well, right?
I did get a gift. Let me show you. I got this. I have my own little doll. Really cute. It's actually specialized, has Dare to Data, my new company, on books. And if you know me, you know the Book a Week Challenge. I love books, so it's perfect. It's a perfect gift. And even on the back, you can see it's like a special edition Data Avenger style. So it's got all of the 10 of us that were brought together. I
love it. Obviously, you mentioned Dare to Data there, your new company. Congratulations on the launch. What was your kind of thought process behind launching Dare to Data, and how do you think that will fit into today's market?
Yeah, so I launched this very small boutique company of my own after more than, most recently I was over 5 years at Google and Waze in different data specialist roles. But on the side, I've been working on a lot of different things on my own and realized that it was time for me to try something on my own. And Dare to Data, the idea of it is that we're on this mission to help individuals and corporations take the next step in their data journey. And I just see this opportunity for more upskilling, more training, more awareness of what's going on in this space. And we're here to help you make sure that you take the steps carefully and correctly, I guess.
Yeah, and obviously, you're big in the industry as an industry expert, obviously done a lot of work with us at EM360. What really made you get into data in the first place? And how did you really know that it was your calling in life?
This is a good question. And you'll find that actually a lot of data professionals don't come from a data background. I was at a talk yesterday here at Big Data London. I believe it was Jordan Morrow's talk. And he, at the beginning of the talk, asked everybody to raise your hand. He said, raise your hand if you studied analytics or you originally came from this background. There was a few of us, including myself, that raised our hands, but actually most people don't come from this. It's a newer field and very hybrid that people are coming in from other fields and transitioning into it. But I'm actually one of those more traditional cases. So I studied statistics as my first degree, my bachelor's. I've always had a love for numbers since I was a kid, mathematics, statistics. I love it. And so for me, it was a very, very easy, obvious journey. I did later my master's in business analytics and big data. So again, all of my studies have really led up to this. It was obvious for me. I love working with numbers. I love working with data. I actually enjoy it. So that's my path. That's how I knew from the beginning that this was my calling, just because I actually really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, and like you said, obviously there are a lot of thought-provoking questions going around this event, and I think one thing that a lot of companies are talking about right now is some of the challenges that they're really, anxious for over the next 12 months. What are some of those challenges that end users, vendors, solution providers are really looking at in the coming year?
I think some of the main challenges, so everybody is really jumping on this AI, like generative AI, LLMs bandwagon. And we're hearing it, and it's great. It's fantastic, everything that's happening in the space, and it's moving very fast. But I think that a main challenge then is trying to cut through the hype and not jump to conclusions, not jump straight into this if you don't have the foundations set up first. So that's like having a very solid data strategy, having your data organized, centralized, having even the basics of BI reporting. We're jumping into AI, but if you take a step back and you look at your own just BI reporting, most companies don't even have that figured out. So I don't think it's a smart move to jump straight into AI if you haven't first gotten the foundations figured out. So I think that's one main challenge that I'm seeing, and one that I think people really need to take a step back and ensure that you have good foundations before you're jumping straight into this. I understand that a lot of people don't want to lose the moment or the momentum, But if you jump into it without having those foundations, it can be much worse than not doing anything at all. You can make some big mistakes.
Yeah, no, that's really well said. And there are a lot of solution providers here trying to solve a lot of those challenges that people are worried about. Are there any kind of companies on the up and up that have really been sticking out to you over this 2-day event?
Yeah, I mean, I just interviewed Fivetran, actually, and they're helping with kind of this challenge that I was talking about. They're helping to bring in a lot of disparate data sources within a company, bring it together and centralize it. So that's one thing that can help with these foundations, I think. And then another company, it's actually a company that we've partnered with as the Data Ventures. We've partnered with Ontotext because we really like the mission that they're getting behind. So what Ontotext does, and this is different from the foundations that I was talking about, this is now, if we're focusing on the AI side, a lot of us are talking about LLMs, right? Large language models. And we're thinking about generative AI and so on. So Ontotext is a company that's helping partly solve for this or help companies achieve this through what they have, which are knowledge graphs. And knowledge graphs help connect data and bring context to the data, because a lot of people have a lot of data, but it's not the most organized. It doesn't have meaning behind it. You need to bring it to life. You need to give it context. So these knowledge graphs, it's a concept that I recommend everybody look up and understand it a little bit about how maybe it could play a part in their company as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is there anything in particular that you're excited about over the next 12 months?
Excited about. So if we change the topic completely, think of some things that I am following closely. I think there's two things that come to mind. So one of them would be the whole observability space. So what companies have realized, what everyone has realized is that a lot of us have a lot of data. We've lived through this big data era and everybody's talking about big data. But now it's not so much having lots and lots of data, but also ensuring that you have good quality data. And because if you have lots of data, but it's messy, it's inaccurate, it's duplicated, that's not going to get you very far. So we've seen the rise of the observability space. So data observability and machine learning observability, which is really, like the name goes, observing, monitoring your data. And then also a lot of the new platforms coming up, not just monitoring it, but also helping you have quick fixes and having alerts when something's going wrong, when something looks off. For example, Aporia is one. They are focused specifically in ML observability. So helping machine learning models when they're launched at scale, ensuring that they are accurate, they're secure, as well. They're putting together AI guardrails. So, and again, putting this kind of level of security so you can control these models a little bit more. You're not losing control the moment that you launch it to market. So that was the first thing. And the second thing is just that I'm keeping my eyes on the space of ethics, AI ethics, because there's a lot of debate on, I guess, the risks that come from using all of this technology. Not ethics in the sense of robots taking over, but more grounding it in things like bias, discrimination, the proliferation of misinformation, things like this, and the ethical aspects of how we can ensure that we have responsible and fair AI.
Christina, where can people go to learn more about you?
Yeah, you can find me, first of all, search on LinkedIn. Search for my name, Christina Stathopolous. I'm very active on LinkedIn. You can also check out my company. We're active on LinkedIn as well. We'll have our website up and running soon. And of course, check out my page on EM360. You'll find all of the fun podcasts that I've been doing at em360tech.com.